Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin with a statement that may sound unusual in today's world. A man with no friends or a very small circle is a very, very secure man. At first glance, it might seem counterintuitive, even strange. After all, society has conditioned us to believe that popularity, vast networks, and social clout are the hallmarks of success. But I invite you to look deeper. Solitude is one of the most underrated and misunderstood aspects of personal growth and self-discovery. In a world that constantly glorifies busyness, connectivity, and being surrounded by people, the idea of being alone often carries a negative connotation. However, solitude is not loneliness, nor is it a sign of isolation or weakness. Instead, it is a deliberate and powerful choice to separate oneself from the noise of the world and find clarity within. Solitude creates an environment where distractions fade away, leaving space for introspection, reflection, and alignment with one's true self. When a person is constantly surrounded by others, their thoughts, opinions, and desires can easily be influenced by the people around them. The crowd, however well-meaning, can unintentionally impose expectations and norms that blur an individual's personal identity. In solitude, there is no crowd to impress, no external voice demanding attention, no pressure to conform. It is just you and your thoughts. This is where true self-discovery begins. In the absence of external noise, you are able to hear your inner voice with greater clarity. You start to understand what truly matters to you, not because someone else told you, but because you've taken the time to explore your own values, dreams, and aspirations. Solitude allows you to separate what is essential from what is superficial. The quietness of solitude gives you the opportunity to question your beliefs, assess your goals, and re-examine your purpose in life. Many people spend their lives running on autopilot, influenced by the agendas of others or the societal pressure to keep moving without ever pausing to reflect. But solitude forces you to slow down. It compels you to confront your inner self, your fears, doubts, hopes, and strengths. And while this process can be uncomfortable, it is profoundly liberating. It clears the mental fog and replaces it with clarity of thought. Clarity is the cornerstone of effective decision-making, and solitude is its best ally. When you are alone, your mind has the space it needs to process information, analyze situations, and generate creative solutions. Many of the greatest breakthroughs in history have occurred during moments of solitude. Think of the scientists, inventors, writers, and visionaries who stepped away from the chaos of life to think, dream, and create. Solitude provided them with the mental space to focus deeply, unlocking levels of insight and creativity that are impossible to achieve in the hustle and bustle of daily life. Beyond creativity, solitude is also an essential ingredient for emotional resilience. It teaches you how to be comfortable in your own company, how to rely on yourself for peace and stability, and how to build inner strength. When you can sit alone with your thoughts without feeling restless or anxious, you develop a deeper sense of self-reliance. You begin to understand that your worth and your happiness are not dependent on the presence or approval of others. This inner security is what allows you to stand firm in your convictions, even when the world around you seems to be pulling you in every direction. In solitude, you also gain a better perspective on your relationships. It is often said that you cannot truly connect with others until you have connected with yourself. When you take the time to reflect on who you are better equipped to choose relationships that align with your values and purpose. Solitude helps you recognize which connections are meaningful and which ones may be draining your energy. It gives you the courage to let go of relationships that no longer serve you and to invest more deeply in the ones that do. Solitude is not a retreat from life, it is an essential part of living fully. It allows you to step back, recalibrate, and approach the world with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. It is a space for growth, for healing, and for rediscovering what makes you uniquely you. A large circle of friends or acquaintances is often celebrated as a marker of success, influence, and social connection. However, the truth is that such a vast network can sometimes dilute focus and distract from one's core purpose. While having a wide circle may seem advantageous on the surface, it often comes with hidden challenges that can pull a person away from what truly matters. A crowded life, full of endless social obligations and constant interaction, can scatter your energy and make it harder to remain aligned with your goals and values. When you have too many people around you, their voices, opinions, and needs can compete for your attention. This constant input can lead to confusion and indecision because it becomes challenging to discern your own thoughts from the influence of others. Human beings are naturally influenced by the company they keep, and with a large circle, it is easy to adopt the priorities, attitudes, or even the insecurities of those around you. Over time, this can create a sense of internal conflict as you struggle to reconcile your true desires with the expectations and demands of the crowd. A large circle also brings with it the pressure to please others. When you are surrounded by many people, there is often an unspoken obligation to cater to their expectations or maintain the relationships, even when they may not align with your personal growth. This constant need to please or conform can become a burden, taking time and energy away from the things that truly matter. Instead of focusing on your goals or personal development, you may find yourself caught up in trying to meet the demands of your social network. This can lead to feelings of exhaustion, frustration, and even resentment. Another issue with a large circle is the potential for superficial connections. It is difficult to maintain deep, meaningful relationships with a vast number of people. As a result, many of these connections may lack the depth and substance necessary to provide real support or encouragement. A wide circle can create the illusion of companionship while leaving you feeling lonely or unfulfilled. The larger the circle, the harder it is to nurture the type of relationships that truly add value to your life. Instead of iron sharpening iron, you may find yourself surrounded by people who don't challenge you to grow, who don't share your vision, or who fail to align with your purpose. With a large circle, distractions are inevitable. Each person in your network brings their own agenda, their own goals, and their own set of priorities. While some of these may align with yours, many will not. The more people you surround yourself with, the greater the chance that their agendas will pull you in multiple directions. This can make it difficult to focus on your own path, as you are constantly being drawn into the needs, dramas, or pursuits of others. The energy required to navigate these dynamics can leave you drained, with little left to invest in your own growth or ambitions. A large circle often comes with increased opportunities for conflict or misunderstanding. The more relationships you have, the more complex your social interactions become. Miscommunication, unmet expectations, or differing values can lead to tension, requiring even more energy to resolve. In trying to maintain peace or harmony within a large network, you may find yourself compromising on your boundaries or sacrificing your time, which ultimately takes a toll on your personal well-being. A diluted focus is one of the most significant consequences of a large circle. When your attention is spread thin across many relationships, it becomes harder to channel your energy into the things that matter most. Your goals, dreams, and personal development require concentrated effort and dedication. But when you are constantly engaging with a wide circle, your time and attention are fragmented. This prevents you from giving your best to the pursuits that truly align with your purpose. A large circle also makes it difficult to identify who is genuinely for you. In a big network, it becomes harder to distinguish between those who are truly invested in your success and those who are simply along for the ride. Some people may only stay connected for personal gain, while others may inadvertently hold you back through their negativity or lack of vision. Without discernment, you risk surrounding yourself with individuals who are not aligned with your purpose, which can hinder your growth and progress. True security is an internal state rooted in self-awareness and self-acceptance, rather than something that can be obtained from external validation. In a world that often prioritizes appearances, popularity, and approval, many people fall into the trap of seeking their sense of worth from the opinions of others. This external focus can create a fragile sense of identity, one that fluctuates with the praise or criticism received from those around them. However, genuine security is found within a deep understanding of who you are, independent of what others think or say. When a person relies on external validation, their sense of self becomes vulnerable. Praise feels good, but it creates a dependency. Criticism, on the other hand, can be devastating, shaking their confidence and leaving them questioning their value. This constant need for approval becomes exhausting, as it requires continual effort to meet the expectations of others. Over time, the individual may find themselves losing touch with their true identity, adapting to fit the mold of what others expect rather than living authentically. This is why external validation is not a reliable foundation for personal security. It shifts with circumstances and can never provide lasting fulfillment. True security, on the other hand, comes from within. It is built on a foundation of self-awareness, where you understand your strengths, weaknesses, values, and purpose. This internal clarity allows you to stand firm, even in the face of criticism or rejection. When you know who you are not easily swayed by the opinions of others. You can navigate life with confidence, knowing that your worth is not tied to anyone's approval. This inner security frees you from the constant need to prove yourself, allowing you to focus on your goals and aspirations without being distracted by external noise. A secure individual recognizes that their value is inherent. It is not something that needs to be earned or proven through achievements, relationships, or social status. This understanding creates a sense of peace and stability, as their self-worth is not contingent on external factors. Whether they succeed or fail, whether they are praised or criticized, they remain grounded in their sense of identity. This inner foundation gives them the strength to take risks, pursue their dreams, and face challenges without fear of judgment. The journey to internal security often requires self-reflection and growth. It involves confronting insecurities, fears, and past experiences that may have shaped an unhealthy reliance on external validation. It means questioning the beliefs and patterns that keep you tied to the opinions of others and replacing them with healthier perspectives. This process can be uncomfortable, as it requires honesty and vulnerability. But it is also deeply rewarding, as it leads to a greater sense of freedom and authenticity. When a person is secure within themselves, they are no longer driven by the need to impress others or gain their approval. They can set boundaries without guilt, say no without fear, and walk away from situations or relationships that do not align with their values. This level of confidence allows them to prioritize their own well-being and growth, rather than sacrificing it for the sake of pleasing others. They can make decisions with clarity, guided by their internal compass rather than external pressures. Internal security also allows a person to handle criticism with grace. Instead of taking it personally or allowing it to undermine their confidence, they can view it as an opportunity for growth. They have the emotional resilience to separate constructive feedback from unhelpful negativity, taking what is useful and discarding the rest. This ability to remain composed and grounded, even in the face of criticism, is a hallmark of true security. Another important aspect of internal security is the freedom it provides from comparison. A secure person does not measure their worth against others, nor do they feel the need to compete for validation. They understand that everyone is on their own journey, and they are content to walk their own path at their own pace. This mindset eliminates feelings of jealousy or inadequacy, replacing them with gratitude and self-assurance. A small, intentional circle of relationships is one of the most valuable assets a person can have. While society often places emphasis on having a large network of connections, true strength lies in the depth. not the breadth of your relationships. A small circle allows you to cultivate meaningful bonds with people who align with your values, share your vision, and challenge you to grow. It is a space where trust, support, and mutual respect thrive, providing a foundation for personal and collective growth. In a small circle, the relationships are not based on convenience or superficial interactions. They are built on authenticity, where each person is genuinely invested in the well-being and success of the others. This level of connection is rare and requires intention, as it demands time, energy, and effort to maintain. However, the rewards are immense. A small circle creates an environment where vulnerability is safe, where you can express your thoughts, fears, and dreams without fear of judgment. This kind of support system is essential for navigating the complexities of life, as it provides a sense of stability and encouragement during challenging times. One of the greatest benefits of a small circle is its ability to sharpen and refine you. As the proverb says, iron sharpens iron. Within a small circle, the people around you act as mirrors, reflecting your strengths and weaknesses and pushing you toward growth. They hold you accountable to your goals and challenge you to step outside of your comfort zone. They are not afraid to speak the truth, even when it is difficult, because they have your best interests at heart. This kind of constructive feedback is invaluable for personal development, as it helps you identify blind spots and areas for improvement. A small circle also fosters a sense of clarity and focus. When you are surrounded by people who align with your values and purpose, their presence reinforces your own direction in life. They encourage you to stay true to your path and resist the distractions that come with trying to please or impress a larger crowd. This alignment creates a synergy where the collective energy of the group is directed toward growth and progress. In a small circle, there is no room for unnecessary drama or negativity, as each member is committed to uplifting and supporting one another. Another key advantage of a small circle is the level of trust it cultivates. Trust is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship, and it is much easier to build and maintain in a small group. When you have a small circle, you know that the people around you have proven themselves over time. They have shown consistency in their words and actions, creating a foundation of reliability and dependability. This trust allows for deeper connections, as it removes the need for pretenses or masks. You can be your authentic self, knowing that you are accepted and valued for who you are. In addition to trust, a small circle provides a sense of loyalty and commitment. The people in your circle are not just acquaintances, they are partners in your journey. They stand by you through highs and lows, celebrating your victories and supporting you through your struggles. This loyalty creates a sense of belonging and security, as you know that you are not alone in facing the challenges of life. A small circle is a source of strength, offering encouragement and reassurance when you need it most. The intentionality of a small circle also allows for greater depth in the relationships. Instead of spreading your energy across a wide network, you can invest it fully in the people who matter most. This depth creates a level of intimacy and understanding that is not possible in larger groups. It allows for meaningful conversations, shared experiences, and a deeper sense of connection. These bonds are not easily broken, as they are rooted in a shared commitment to growth and mutual support. A small circle also protects your energy and peace. With fewer people in your inner circle, you have more control over the dynamics of your relationships. You can set boundaries and prioritize your well-being without feeling guilty or obligated to maintain connections that do not serve you. This selective approach to relationships ensures that your energy is directed toward people who genuinely add value to your life. It allows you to create a space of positivity and growth, where you can thrive without unnecessary distractions or negativity. Walking alone is sometimes necessary for higher growth, even though it can feel uncomfortable or isolating. There are moments in life when stepping away from the crowd is essential to truly discover who you are, what you are capable of, and where you are headed. While the world often equates success and fulfillment with having many people around, the reality is that the most profound transformations often happen when you are on your own. Growth requires focus, introspection, and a willingness to confront the unknown, all of which are best achieved in solitude. Walking alone allows you to step away from the noise and distractions of others. In the constant presence of people, it is easy to lose yourself in their opinions, expectations, and desires. This can cloud your judgment and make it harder to distinguish your own thoughts from the influence of others. But when you walk alone, you create the space to listen to your inner voice. You begin to hear what your heart is saying, free from the pressures and biases of the crowd. It is in this silence that clarity emerges, guiding you toward decisions that align with your true purpose. Solitude also challenges you to confront yourself in ways that are not possible in the company of others. When you are alone, there is no one to distract you from your fears, insecurities, or weaknesses. This can be uncomfortable, as it forces you to face aspects of yourself that you may have been avoiding. But it is also a necessary step for growth. Growth begins with self-awareness, and self-awareness comes from introspection. Walking alone creates the opportunity for this introspection, allowing you to better understand yourself and identify areas where you need to improve. Another benefit of walking alone is the independence it fosters. When you rely on others for validation or guidance, you risk becoming dependent on their presence or approval. But when you walk alone, you learn to rely on yourself. You develop the confidence to make decisions, the resilience to face challenges, and the determination to keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear. This independence is empowering, as it reminds you that you are capable of navigating life on your own terms. It strengthens your sense of self and builds the courage needed to pursue your goals without fear of failure or judgment. Walking alone also teaches you the value of patience and persistence. Growth is not an overnight process, and the path to higher levels often feels slow and arduous. When you are walking alone, there is no external encouragement to keep you going. Instead, you must find the motivation within yourself to stay the course. This teaches you discipline and perseverance, qualities that are essential for achieving long-term success. It also deepens your appreciation for the journey itself, as you come to understand that the lessons learned along the way are just as valuable as the destination. At times, walking alone can reveal who truly supports you and who does not. When you step away from the crowd to focus on your growth, some people may misunderstand your intentions or question your decisions. This can be discouraging, but it is also revealing. Those who genuinely care about you will respect your need for space and encourage your pursuit of growth, while those who do not may fall away. This process of separation can be painful, but it ultimately clears the way for deeper and more meaningful connections. Walking alone helps you refine your relationships, ensuring that you are surrounded by people who align with your values and vision. Walking alone encourages you to take full ownership of your life. When you are part of a group, it is easy to attribute your decisions or circumstances to the influence of others. But when you walk alone, there is no one else to blame or credit for your choices. This forces you to take responsibility for your actions and outcomes, which is a powerful step toward personal growth. Taking ownership of your life empowers you to make intentional choices and take control of your destiny, rather than being swept along by the currents of external forces.